This is one of my favorite shakers, and today I'm going to show you how to Okay, welcome back to World Drum Club. I'm Kalani, and I'm going to show you guys how to make your own shaker in this style. This is a style, maybe you've seen this. I got this shaker about 25 years ago from a guy from Brazil who was making these shakers out of an everyday item that you can buy at the grocery stores. I'm going to tell you what to do, how to get it. It's actually good for you. It's food. You can eat it. This shaker design is so popular. At the time, the guy was making this size all the way up to giant glued together. It's the same thing, but glued together. This one has six of these. So single, six sole. I really like these shakers, and you know, other people did too, obviously. They were so popular that the LP Corporation actually copied the design and made their own mold to emulate the design. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it super cheap, super easy, and I'm going to show you what you need right now. The minimum you're going to need to make this type of shaker is 2 Yakult bottles, some rice, a cork, and I've got a black synthetic cork here. You can use a regular cork. And then you're going to need some kind of glue. I recommend a 2-part epoxy like this one, but you can use any good glue that you have laying around. Other things you might want to have include some paint to decorate it and maybe some tape or rubber bands if you want to put together multiple shakers. Okay, so the first thing you need is 2 of these guys. So this is called Yakult, and it's a probiotic yogurt drink originated in Japan. You can get these at a lot of Asian markets and maybe a health food store or kind of a progressive market that's got probiotic things. It's actually pretty good for you. So enjoy getting your hands on these. So 2 minimum. Might want to get, I think it comes in 6 packs or something, or sets, you know, so get some Yakult. And then as far as the rice, you're going to want to have about, I'm going to give you 2 measurements because we have friends in the US and abroad. So if you're weighing the rice, you're going to want about 20 grams of rice, maybe a little more. If you're measuring it in a cup, you want about 2 tablespoons. And so 2 tablespoons of rice for 1 shaker, or about 20 grams. And then you're going to need a cork. This is just a wine cork from some delicious red wine. This is a synthetic cork. You can use whatever cork you have, and then your bonder. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine these 2 pieces with a piece of the cork. And coincidentally, the cork fits right in there. And you don't need a whole cork, but we're going to get 2 halves. And then you're almost done. It's super easy. The reason we're going to use the cork, and we're going to trim the cork, we just want a little tiny bit of the cork going into each half. So maybe, you know, 2 millimeters or like 1/8 of an inch. So you cut about a 1/4 inch of cork, or say 5 millimeters, 6 millimeters. And we're going to glue the 2 halves together around the cork. That's what we're using the glue for. As far as the rice, we're going to place about 10 or 11 grams of rice in each side, or about a tablespoon in each side. And the reason we're using the cork is not only to hold these together and make it more stable, but also so we don't have all the rice go to one side if we tip it, right? We don't want all the rice on one side. We want it to be kind of balanced. So that's another reason we use the cork in the middle. So I'm going to come right back. I'm going to trim the cork down, cut it to, you know, a little bit shorter, and then we'll put these together, and I'll just put the rice inside, and we're going to be almost finished. So before you trim your cork down, I would recommend using a sharp blade. If you are young and you're not sure how to use a blade, a razor blade or a knife, please get help from your parent, your guardian, somebody else who knows how to do this. Do not start trying to cut a cork unless you have experience. You also will want to work on a surface. I have a piece of cardboard here I'm going to put down so I don't damage, you know, the work surface. So use a cutting board or something like that. Be careful, and you want to cut about, like I said, about 1/8 to 1/4 inch, or I don't know, how many millimeters is that? Maybe 8 millimeters. And once we have that, we can put the rest of our cork aside to use on another shaker if we want to do a double. And then I'm using some mixable epoxy, and I recommend using this type. The one I have here is actually meant for plastic, but you can use any 2-part epoxy works really well. This one is like a double syringe, and so what you do is you just squeeze this out like this. Boop. That's a lot. And then you're going to mix these 2 halves together. All right, I've got all of my Yakult containers filled up with the right amount of rice, and I noticed that a couple pieces of my cork are just a little loose fitting. They're not as tight as I would like. So what you could do is either glue 1 half in, wait for that to set up, and then glue the other half, because if it's too loose, you push them together, the cork could fall to one side. Or you could take some tape, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to take some electrical tape, and I'm going to wrap it around the cork until it fits in more snug. And that way, when I put the 2 halves together, I don't have to worry about the cork, slipping out into one of the sides. I've got the cork wrapped with some electrical tape now, and it's fitting in really snug. And so what I'm going to do is glue this one onto that one. I'm going to take a very small amount of this epoxy because you don't need much, and I'm just going to place it right around the rim only. Not getting it inside because I don't want to start gluing the rice to the cork. So I'm just going to place a little bit of the glue. And this is epoxy made for plastic. So this is going to hold these together really well. And you don't need a lot of glue because the cork is pretty tight. So I'm just going to carefully work this together like that. And you can see it's pretty tight. There we go. All right. Now, even though my cork is a little bit to one side, that's okay, because I'm going to paint it. It's not going to make any difference. And I can already test this. It sounds great. So I'm going to finish making my other shaker units, and then I'll paint them, and then we'll put them together, and we can decorate them. So we'll be right back. I've got 4 shakers made and ready for paint. Turned out great. So what I'm going to do is hit it with some black spray paint. You might want to scuff up the surface of the plastic, or there's different treatments you can use to make sure the paint sticks to the plastic. I'll leave that up to you. We're going to come back with some black shakers, and then it's decoration time. And here's the finished product. I think it looks great. Nice black finish, ready for decoration. Remember, this was where we started. This one is about 25 years old. Time for a refresh. These sound amazing. Just like I said, you can combine them, make sets of 2 or 3 or 10. And when you're ready, you can get some fingernail polish or paint and decorate them however you want. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you support us at patreon.com/Kalani, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Honey,
Yeah?
have you seen my nail polish?
No. You can do the shake with 1, and you can have some fun, and you can do the shake with 2. And who knows what you're gonna do? You can do the shake with 3 and set your spirit free. Yakult. Shake it up with the Yakult. Yakult. You cool? I just want you guys to know I took a lot of risks doing painstaking research under highly tense situations to find out the secrets of this Yakult shaker. World Drum Club.